Well, there goes me feeling all smug and proud of myself for making 2 videos in 2 days in a row just for the sake of having my all you have to know about placements video out before season 9 actually started. Go figure, Blizz just decided to reveal their new heroes, so nobody gave a duck about that. At any rate, new heroes are always exciting, but rather than doing an overview, I decided to do something a bit more fun. So I grabbed my friend Echo and we decided to do a bit of myth busting, taking a look at interesting interactions, see how abilities react when they collide, what she can and cannot stop, as well as finding weird things that you might not think of initially. So I present to you new hero myth busting the first. But let's make sure we are all on the same page. What does she even do in the first place? Her main attack is the rocket flail, which extends to 5 meters in front of her and goes for 35 damage per hit. Whip shot extends to 20 to 25 meters and hits for 70 damage. Of course, there's also shield bash, which is a short range dash forward, dealing 50 damage and stunning whoever it hits for a second or so. Those are the most relevant abilities that we'll take a look at in today's video. Of course, she also has a 600 HP shield. She has an ultimate that gets her up to 400 total HP when built up uninterrupted, while also increasing her movement speed, and for every hit using her melee weapon, shield does not count, she gets 80 health back in the course of 5 seconds, and apparently also heals nearby allies, which we did not really take a look at today. It is worth noting that her repair pack healing ability grants armor in excess of what it would heal over your maximum health. You cannot use it on yourself, and the armor you give only sticks around for a few seconds. Alright, let's start things off with some Reinhardt interaction, as you know she's his squire and all. When putting your shield bash against his charge, you can, as you probably expected, stun each other out of your abilities, as is the case with Doomfist or when 2 Reinhardts collide. However, it is worth noting that the shield bash is a very quick ability. That means you have to use it at just the right time, or else you get pinned. What's interesting too is that your whip shot does not only not go through barriers, it also does not damage the Reinhardt holding the barrier up. Everything else, as you'd expect, it does. Next up is Orisa. Orisa is an interesting character because of her Fortify and Minigraph. Let's start with the former. As you know, a Minigraph locks onto you, pulls you, and then slows you as well. What's to note here is that your shield bash seemingly resets your movement speed. That means if you use it just after being pulled, you will not suffer from a loss of movement speed caused by her pull. When interacting with Orisa's Fortify, here's something I did not expect. Your whip shot again doesn't do anything. I mean, sure, she's immune to crowd control, so your boop does not work, but it also doesn't do damage. Contrary to that, your shield bash does not stun her, but it does do damage. Go figure. Another interesting hero to interact with is Junkrat. Funnily enough, his trap stops you right before it when using shield bash. It does not quite destroy the trap because it doesn't do enough damage, but you won't get trapped unless you are holding W while using shield bash. When trying to stop a Junkrat from using his Riptire, you can obviously easily do it from the side, just like McCree. However, since Junkrat is summoning an HP body, just like the trap, if you try to stop him from the front, you will get stopped by the body of the tire, not stopping him or the tire itself. As a side note, obviously she can stop all the same people from using their ultimate that McCree or Sombra could. That's dependent on the kind of ultimate and whether or not it can be stopped. If you want to learn more about that, feel free to check out my video on ultimate types, including what you can and cannot stop using those heroes. Moving on to Genji, yes, you can stun him out of deflect, but whip shot again will not do a thing. Just like Doomfist, you cannot stun or shove a Bastion out of his turret form. Brigitte is very susceptible to splash damage as your shield is very small, so heroes like Junkrat, Pharah, and Zarya can easily just damage you by tossing explosives to your sides. A noteworthy point is that your shield bash seemingly stops all momentum, which means that you can punch heroes out of certain abilities like Widowmaker trying to hook away or Hanzo trying to wall climb. It's also very useful when trying to stop Lucio from skating around. Your shield can absorb Doomfist Slam, however, a good Doomfist player will just jump through you and damage you anyway. What you can do, however, is one-shotting Tracers. And I mean that, if you catch a Tracer with your shield bash, then use a regular attack and animation cancel it into your whip shot, you can do 155 damage in about a second. Even if she mashes her recall key, she will not be able to react. And I kept the most weird one for last. It does warrant a bit of explanation. With Sombra being able to pull off a hack in 0.65 seconds, you would think that, given your reaction time, you might even be able to shield yourself from it. However, you cannot. You know these times where a Symmetra beam follows you through a corner and it still takes you out when it shouldn't? That's because her beam stays connected for, I believe, 4 ticks. ticks. If you are not familiar with what that means, 4 ticks means 4 server refreshes, or 4 parts of 1 server refresh? At least I think it does, that's how it's been explained to me. It's a form of lag compensation to make sure that ping disparities don't unfairly disconnect the beam all the time, and that exists for a few heroes. And Sombra also benefits from this type of lag compensation. That means that even if you put your shield up right in front of her, the hack will persist for enough ticks to still get it off. If any of you guys are smarter than me on this subject, then please drop a comment down below. I can only repeat the things that have been explained to me previously, and it does kind of make sense in my head, I think, so yeah. All in all, we did a heck of a lot of testing, but to make sure that the video does not get too long, I only included what I found the most interesting. If you want to know something specifically, then let me know down in the comment section below. It might be something we tested, so I could possibly just let you know how it works with a quick reply. However, I do want to give a big shout out to my buddy EchoFlexx for helping me with this video. Unlike me, who's absolute garbage at the game, that dude has 3 accounts in top 500. Well, had in the last season. Top 500 isn't out yet in season 9. But yeah, he's a streamer over on Twitch and also has a YouTube channel, so do check him out. He's one of the best flex players I ever had the pleasure of playing with. Link's gonna be in the description below. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see more videos, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you all next time.